Students, today let us solve one more problem with regard to the concept of bailment. So with regard to the bailment, we have solved a problem already wherein a customer who visits the restaurant, thereby the waiter or servant, he has taken the coat of the customer and he has hugged it behind the customer. So later, when the customer wants to leave the hotel, he doesn't find the coat. So it was held that the servant who has not taken the consent of the customer and he has taken the risk, he has taken the possession of the goods, even though there is a customer, he present in the hotel. When he has taken the risk of the bailment of the goods, the servant and in turn the hotel, which is hotel authorities, which is vicariously liable for the act of the servant. So with regard to the case law for Woodson versus Nicholas, we have already solved the problem with regard to the coat which has been hugged behind the customer, and when it was lost, it was held that the hotel authorities are responsible. So today we can solve one more problem with regard to the bailment, that is concerning with regard to a lady who has given her jewels to a goldsmith to get it converted into a new jewel, and she used to visit the goldsmith shop and she used to see how much work has been done. After getting satisfied with the work of the jewelry, she used to close the box wherein she keeps the gold, and she used to lock that box, and she used to leave the possession of the goods in the custody of the jeweler. And one night the gold jewels were stolen. So here we have to decide the liability of the goldsmith. Here we have to apply the principles of the bailment. So in your exams, with regard to the bailment, any question may come up. Thereby we have to apply the principles of law. That means there is no uniform rules, uniform principles of law cannot be applied, because depending upon the facts of the cases, the principles of law, that is the principles of law such as custody, ownership, possession, it will differ. So that's why we should carefully see the problems given in the examination, and we should carefully apply the principles of law, and we should be in a position to apply the question of law and question of fact also. So here what I used to recommend you that, so with regard to these problems which is given in the law exams, if you apply these the universally accepted pattern of problem solving, that is FIRAC, then you could easily solve any problem which could be given in the law exams. So here first what I have said to you, you have to apply the facts, that is you have to simplify the facts, then you have to write the issue. You can write one issue or more than one issue, that depends upon the facts given in the question paper. Then you have to write the rule or provision of law. Then all these things, facts, issue, rule, you have to discuss under the analysis section. When you analyze these aspects, you will get the answer. So that is conclusion part. So let us go to the problem. That is, here a lady took her old jewels to goldsmith for being converted into a new jewel. Every evening she used to receive the half-made jewels, put the same into a box and lock the same. She allowed the locked box to remain in the premises of the goldsmith, but kept the key in her possession. One night, the jewels were stolen. Decide whether the goldsmith is liable to give the compensation to that lady. So, this is the problem we have to decide. That means here we have to apply the principles of law. So, here what are all the principles of law which has to be applied? Let us see by applying the steps. So, first one is we have to simplify the facts. So, in this way we have to simplify the facts. Then we have to write the issue. That means what is the real dispute? What is the issue? What is the why this dispute has occurred? So what is the problem between the lady and the goldsmith? So by looking into the facts of the case, here we can draw the issue. So here what is the issue? Whether for the theft of the goods which is under the control of owner but under the possession of the jeweler could be held liable. So in this way we can frame the issues. We can frame one issue or more than one issue. So here this instant problem, it is relating to the bailment. So we have to write the provision of law. So we have to write the sections. That is where we can see the bailment. Where we can see this problem is, we can see this aspect under the concept of bailment under section 148. As you know that what is meant by bailment means, here it is a bailment which consists in delivery of goods, that is movable property, by one person to another. That is who is generally the owner, and to another person for some purpose. So that is the concept of bailment. So under this the provision of law section, we have to write any case law relating to the instant problem which has been given in the question paper. So the relevant case law is Kalaipuramal Pillai versus Vishalakshmi. So this aspect we have to write, so that we could be able to demonstrate that we could be able to demonstrate that we know the legal content. So all these aspects we have to analyze in the analysis section. So how to analyze this aspect means, we have to analyze the facts of the case, we have to analyze the issue, we have to write with regard to the provision of law. Here what is the provision of law? As you know that it is the essentials of the bailment we have to apply. That is delivery of the goods for some purpose and return of the goods for after the purpose is accomplished. That is the essentials of the bailment. So here in the instant case, the owner maintains the control over the goods, but the possession left in the custody of the goldsmith. That is, custody is under the goldsmith, but control is maintained by the owner. So the issue involved here is whether for the theft of the goods which is under the control of the owner but under the possession of the jeweler could be held liable. So with regard to instant problem, we can refer the case law for Kalaipuramal Pillai versus Vishalakshmi, wherein it was held that there was no bailment. That is, here in this analysis section we have to analyze the facts of the case, we have to analyze the issue involved, and we have to analyze the provision of law or rule of law. Here, if any goods has been left under the custody of even it may be presumed that it is a bailee, then if control is maintained by the owner, for example with regard to the locker, for example, what happens? The banks which will offer the locker facility, whereby the customers will be provided one key and the banker will be having one key, and if both the keys has been opened, then only locker will be opened. Suppose the goods in the locker has been stolen, so at that time whether the banker could be held liable, because he is having the possession of the goods. So even though he is having the possession of the goods, the banker, the control is maintained by the customer. So under such event, the banker could not be held liable. But suppose the banker could be able to open the locker of the key without the key of the customer, under such circumstances, the banker could be held liable. So that we can see under the case law of National Bank of Lahore versus Sohan Lal. So why I am telling so many case laws in this video? So depending upon the problems which has been given in the question paper, you have to apply the principles of law, and you have to apply the principles of law, and you have to solve the problems. And what should be our decision? What should be the conclusion? So here, since it was held in the similar case law of Kalaipuramal Pillai versus Vishalakshmi, that as the customer, as the owner maintains the control over the goods, that there will not be any bailment. So when there is no bailment, the goldsmith is not responsible for the theft of the goods. So that aspect has been held in under the case law of Kalai Puramal Pillai versus Vishalakshmi. So we can apply the same principles of law with regard to the present problem also. So here also the Kannada medium students also, they can also follow the same principles. So for the here I have used the Google Translator. So that's why there are certain there will not be the accurate translations you cannot find out. Here with regard to the facts, you have to write Vastavamsha. It is not Satyagalu, it is Vastavamsha. For the issues, you have to write the Vivadamsha. And for the Vishleshana, that is analysis Vishleshana, it is okay. Then you have to, for the conclusion, that is Nirdara. It is instead of Nirdara, you can write as you know with regard to what is the decision, what is the final opinion of the court, what is your opinion with regard to the given problem. So in this way, you have to analyze any problem which will be given in the law exams. So this is with regard to the present problem concerning to the lady who kept the jewels for the conversion of the jewels, the old jewels into a new jewel, and she maintains the control over the goods, and when the goods were lost, so the goldsmith will not be held liable under this facts of the case. So this is with regard to the concept of bailment.